Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live show and daily Chelsea update. As always, there's plenty to dive into. Strange link to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. A big Premier League club could be making a bid for Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. Report from Argentina saying that could be coming in the coming days. Could Chelsea be that big club? Would he suit us? Going to be discussing the alternatives to Benjamin Cesco. We've also got Cole Palmer and Conor Gallagher making England's final 26-man squad for the Euros. Big up to them. We've also got Kepa wanting to talk to Enzo Maresca about his future, but apparently he's desperate to leave Chelsea. I think the feeling's mutual on that one. Borussia Dortmund are preparing their first offer for Ian Maatsen. You won't be surprised to hear, guys, that they're planning on going 10 to 12 million pounds below the release clause. Yeah, great. You know, those man think they can lowball us. They've got another thing coming. Wesley Fofana's comeback is gathering pace as well, which is great news. Chelsea ready to battle Man United for Michael Olise. Yeah, loads to dive into as always, guys. Loads and loads to dive into. Big up to everyone that is locked in already, guys. You know the drill. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new round here as well. Every new subscriber is greatly appreciated. I'm racing towards 10K. So, yeah, if you're locked in now, you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And at 10K, guys, there's going to be a shirt giveaway of your choice, Chelsea shirt from the upcoming season when the club get their act together and sort them out. So, yeah. Big love to everyone that's locked in. Smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's say hello to a few people, and then we will dive into proceedings. I will take Julian Alvarez at Chelsea over Cesco. I don't think I'll take him over Cesco, but, you know, we're going to get into this in a sec. The alternatives if we miss out on Cesco from the links that we've been seeing are a little bit concerning to say the least. We must get Alvarez to Chelsea, yeah. A lot of people wanting Alvarez. Julian Alvarez should be a no-brainer. We don't want to pay 50 mil for 28-year-old Tony. We don't want to pay 120 mil for Osimhen. Cesco's still an unknown. Get it done. I mean, I don't know how much you'd actually cost to be perfect. Alvarez is perfect for Maresca. Again, don't know how serious it is, but it's out there. So we're gonna dive into it. Yes, big up, brother. Big up, guys. Don't be freeloading. You know the drill. Great news. Yes, big up. Yes, big up, brother. Clubs won't pay our valuation because they know we are a freak show in the mud. It's not even about that. There's a £35 million release clause in there. We've got every right to want the full £35 million. £35 million to a 22-year-old left-back who is only going to get better is a very, very good deal in this market. So why Dortmund think they could even start negotiations at what, 25 million euros, about 22 million quid? 12 or 13 million below the release clause is beyond me. Absolutely beyond me. It doesn't make any sense in my mind. I'm struggling to compute. I'm struggling to compute the logic. I know, like, if you want the player, you go. It's a release clause. It's 35 million pounds. It's not like it's 50 or 60 million. And you know, it could be. It might be. You know, maybe we'll try and get that down. It's 35 million pounds. I mean, what's going on here? What's going on here? But yeah, anyway, let's dive into the main news. We're going to be chatting. Let's chat Julian Alvarez, guys, because this report from Argentina come out last night. Breaking. There is again, it's just a possibility. But I don't think that there's no smoke without fire here. You didn't put this out if there's maybe not a decent chance, or maybe you do just for engagements. I don't really know. There's a possibility that in the coming days, an offer will arrive from a big Premier League club for Julian Alvarez. Keep an eye on other teams too. It's interesting, isn't it, with Alvarez, because obviously very cheaply coming from River Plate to Man City, very cheap. You know, I think they paid what? I think they actually got him for like 15 million quid, which is unbelievable scouting from them to get a player of his quality for that price. He's done well. Look, at City, it's difficult. It is difficult to get regular game time when you're competing with your De Bruynes, your Fodens, your Bernardo Silvas, your Erling Haalands. I'm not sure if Alvarez is definitely is an out and out centre forward. I personally don't view him as an out and out number 9. I don't look at him as someone like Haaland, who's like a straight up 9. I think Alvarez is one of them where he's like a 9.5. I think he can play as the 9, he can play as a 10, and if needed, he can probably play wide as well. So he's one of them versatile forwards, but I wouldn't shoehorn him in as like this guy is only a centre forward. There's a bit more to his game like that. His output's very good. He always gets decent GNA. Again, do take that with a pinch of salt because it's the Man City team and so many chances are created. You know, we've seen it with Raheem Sterling. I'm not saying that, you know, Alvarez and Sterling are the same player by any accounts, but you know, it's always a test of a player to see how good they are. Can they still do it outside of a world-class environment at Manchester City? That's going to be the interesting factor here. I'm not saying that Alvarez can't do it, but it's all very well having multiple chances created for you every game. It doesn't matter if you miss 3 because you'll get 6 chances and you'll stick 1 or 2 away, and no one remembers the ones that you missed. I think, you know, at Chelsea, yes, we're creating a lot more chances, and yes, we are much better in the attack. But generally speaking, people, it's like if you miss your chances, you know, it's going to cost you a lot more than it would if you miss your chances at Man City. That's the reality that we're going for here. Again, it's got no mention of what price is. Let me just have a look. Let me check how many years Alvarez has got left on his contract, because I mean, not that makes too much difference, but let's just check him out, people. Julian Alvarez. I mean, I don't know. I mean, guys, let me know in the chat. He's 24 years of age. He's got 29 Argentina caps. 11 goals and 9 assists in the Premier League last year. So 20 GNA in 36 appearances. I don't know how many of those were starts. He's under contract until 2028. So he's still got 4 years left on his deal. So it is going to be tricky to get him on the cheap. I don't really see how that's possible. But again, you know, he's done well. You know, 19 goals in 54 appearances, 13 assists. I mean, 7 GNA and 7 Champions League games is kind of crazy, to be fair. But in those 36 games, he played 2,659 minutes. I don't know how many of those games were starts. I don't think there were that many starts. I mean, look, he started games with City, of course he did. But if we're being real, guys, he's not a regular starter. Not a regular starter. He's 24 years of age, so he fits perfectly into that bracket. You'll obviously know Enzo Maresca because they worked together during the treble season. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like I think it's a potential to be exciting here. What was it? 29, 30, 31, 32 GNA in 54 appearances in all comps. That's not bad, you know. That isn't bad, guys. I think, you know, there's problem Alvarez has got, and it's a little bit like the Harry Kane situation at England is, if you're playing second fiddle to Erling Haaland, you know that Haaland is pretty much going to play every single week. So you've got a situation where your game time is going to be very limited. You know, you're either going to be playing slightly out of position, or you're going to be basically starting when it's a cup game or when, you know, you've got an important game coming up and he's going to rotate Haaland. You've basically got very little opportunities to impress. But again, yeah, he was deployed in that slightly deeper De Bruyne role as well at times. So yeah, it's I'm not saying I'm unsure on him. I just got no idea what sort of money Manchester City would be asking for him. You know, he very rarely, I don't think he gets injured particularly often either. I mean, how many goals has he scored for City in it so far? Let me just have a quick look. So for Man City, he scored 36 goals in 103 appearances. So 36 goals, 18 assists. What's that? 36 plus 20 is 56. 54 GNA in 103 games. So he's getting a GNA less than every 2 games. That's pretty good. Again, I don't, he's not been injured. I don't know if Maresca is looking for an out and out number 9. He likes someone that based on his Leicester situation. I know he had to adapt Jamie Vardy's role because of his age, and he couldn't run in behind like he used to. But he very much likes the striker to drop in deep and almost come into that number 10 role at times as well. So it's I think Alvarez can definitely do that. There's a bit more about him. He can definitely play that sort of a attacking midfield role. But again, I would look at Alvarez, right? I think he's a very good player, but hear me out on this, people. I think, is he maybe a little bit too similar to Nkunku in terms of, I think he's probably more of a striker than Nkunku is, but is he not quite similar to Nkunku in the sense that, all right, he might be a better centre forward than Nkunku, but he can do that wide job. He can play centrally as a 10. Is he not that similar to Nkunku? Like, if you're going to bring Alvarez in, then surely, you'd have to play him down the middle. I don't mean he's like for with Nkunku, but what I mean is like he's very much like one of those players that, is like Nkunku in terms of is comfortable across the front line. I think he's more of a natural goal scorer than Nkunku is. I think if you give Alvarez the chances, he will stick the ball away. And look, let's have a look. Problem is we have no guarantee Cesco joins us. Yeah, and this is my point here as well, by the way, guys, is that the concern for me is, and I think the concern should be for a lot of Chelsea fans, is that the drop-off in options and the drop-off in quality from just because they're similar. I'm not saying that we shouldn't go for him. I'm just trying to think like, how do we want similar profiles in the squad? Do we want different profiles in the squad for the same options? This is and this is the thing, isn't it? This is the thing. This is absolutely summed up here. That's the question Maresca must answer. Do we go for a profile we can find in this team, or bring one with a quality we can't find? Cesco's aerial threat can be a big plus. Yeah, his aerial threat is ball striking. He's not going to be big wages, Cesco. But my main issue, guys, is if we miss out on Cesco, and let's be real, we've got we're dead keen on Cesco, but so are Man United, so are Arsenal, and RB Leipzig are weighing up to offer him a contract extension there. And I'm sure there'll be other clubs in Europe sniffing about. So there's no guarantees that we get Cesco. This is a hotly contested race. There's a lot of contenders in play here, and there's no guarantees. I'd like to think we've got a good chance, and I think we do have a good chance. But there's got to be alternative. It's got to be alternative options, and the worry for me is the names that we're seeing as alternative options. By the way, you're seeing, as Ashraf said in the chat, you're seeing your John Durans, your Menezes at Fulham, Calvert-Lewin. These are kind of names that are being bandied about, and you're thinking, Jesus Christ, like we really need Benjamin Cesco, and that's something that is a sentence I didn't really think I'd be saying this summer, but we do need Cesco because otherwise the other options we're being linked with they're concerning. They are concerning. They are concerning. What I would say though is that I don't think they both play together. That's the thing. If they both played in the same team, I think you see Cesco as the 9 and Jackson would maybe play down the left or something like that. That's how they'd fit in the same team. I don't see like us going with a front 2 or anything like that. Again, I honestly think, guys, if we don't get Cesco, who knows what the Julian Alvarez situation is this summer at Man City? Does he want out? Is he quite happy to stay there? I'm sure he wants to play more regularly. I'm sure he feels that he should play more regularly. But yeah, I think, we can't get Cesco. We need to think about something. We need to think about something outside the box. Maybe just try something a little bit different, and a potential move for Julian Alvarez would make a lot of sense. Bro, DCL has not been good for years. The guy does more fashion shoots than he plays football matches. It's like a few years ago, he was linked to Arsenal. He was in the England squad, and that was more of a conversation to be had. But right now, mate, you can't tell me that Calvert-Lewin makes a difference to this Chelsea team. He's not a good shout at all. Everyone's entitled to their opinions, of course they are, and I respect everyone's opinions. But I can't understand the thought process behind people thinking that Calvert-Lewin would be a good option for Chelsea. Like, what does he bring to the team that we don't have, apart from a model? Do you know what I mean? It's bizarre. It really is. Cesco's hot property, though, and there needs to be alternatives. But the alternatives I'm seeing are a concern, a real concern. And I don't really know, guys, what we're going to do about this centre forward position. It's going to be a tricky one. It is going to be a tricky one. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, again, Gyökeres. It's gone very quiet on that. The Athletic were reporting that Chelsea have kind of distanced themselves from links to Gyökeres. I don't know if that's something we might go and explore. I'm unsure, but it's not looking that great, to be perfectly honest, people. It's not looking that great on the alternative options front. I mean, a move for Calvert-Lewin really? Like, what are we playing at? A move for Calvert-Lewin doesn't make. I just don't understand it. I can't get my head around it. I really can't. I'm struggling to see. Yeah, I'm just struggling to see how it makes any sense. I'm struggling to see the options that we're looking at here. But again, I think that's been vindictive of the market. At this point in time, I just think that's I think that's just a damning indictment of the market. Is that there's not that many options there. Big Dom, I don't get it. No, brother, this is nonsense. How is he better than Nicholas Jackson? You could argue in a better team, maybe he scores a few more goals, but I just can't. I'm just not feeling it. All strikers we've been linked with are under 25. Yep. Front three of Nkunku, Alvarez, Olise with Palmer, Caicedo, and Enzo playing in the midfield. Yeah, it would look very promising. It would look very, very promising, for sure. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? It really does feel like that we get links with Calvert-Lewin on a regular basis. I'm not really sure why. I mean, why would Alvarez be looking for a new contract when he's got 4 years left on his current deal? I don't buy that either. He'd probably be injured before he's even arrived. So that bodes well for us, doesn't it? Absolutely bodes well for us, more than we can believe. But yeah, I'm not across the Alvarez situation at City. I'm not sure if he's unhappy or not. Of course, he's going to want more playing time. All players want more playing time, and it's difficult at Man City. But that's you know that when you're going to a big club that there's going to be stiff competition for places. And unfortunately, when you're playing in the same team as Erling Haaland, the chance when he's fit, he's not gonna play. He's gonna play. Sorry. So yeah, I'm interested on this Alvarez thing. I think there's an opportunity here potentially. I think there's an opportunity here potentially to do something clever, to do something outside the box. Alvarez is class. We should be getting him straight. Unless Bernardo Silva or KDB leaves this summer, Yeah, and I think that's potentially what he might hold out for. Obviously, City will go and replace those guys, but if a Bernardo Silva leaves this summer, if a KDB leaves this summer or the following summer, I think regardless of what happens, I think, if KDB's not played his last game for City, then this coming season will be his last season. So I think Alvarez could maybe look at the bigger picture at City as well and think, you know what, maybe I do one more season as a bit of a bit part player, and then I go and do I then come into the team as a bit more of a main player once people have moved on. I'm not sure. What do I think of the England squad? On the whole, I think it's actually quite good, to be fair. But my only big criticism is how on earth is Lewis Dunk going over Jared Branthwaite? Absolutely criminal decision. With the level of manager we have gone for and realistically level we have become, i.e. mid-team, I would not be surprised if we end up buying Solanke, Duran or Calvert-Lewin. Duran's the most likely out of those. Interesting news on Dominic Solanke today, by the way, is that he has got a £65 million release clause in his Bournemouth contract that is only active for certain clubs. Now, I don't know if that means Chelsea. I don't know who that means. Liverpool have got a sell-on clause on Solanke as well. So they'd stand to benefit from any sale. But I've not heard anything or seen anything about Solanke to... Yeah, look, again, Alvarez is really good mates with Enzo Fernandez. Whether Enzo's having a chat with him, I don't know. But let's wait and see. I don't know if Nkunku is more suited for the 9 role. It's difficult. Look, I absolutely could see Nkunku playing as a 9 for Chelsea, but I think Chelsea will look at Nkunku as more of a. I think they're looking at him as a number 10 in my view. That's where I think they see him. He knows Enzo Fernandez. Yeah, he does. Yes, big up. I think it's all PR. We'll end up getting Mateta for 10 mil on deadline day. Well, Mateta certainly won't cost 10 mil, but yeah, Isaac or Watkins would be ideal for me, but hard to lure Watkins. Yeah, Watkins and Isak aren't going anywhere. Enzo and Alvarez seem like best friends too. Yeah, it certainly looks that way. Yeah, it's baffling. I can't get my head around that one. Solanke's a good player. I heard him being mentioned by the other side of the coin. Yeah, as I just said, he has got a £65 million release clause active in his Bournemouth contract for certain clubs. I don't know what those certain clubs are, but yeah, he's certainly. I think he's done well this season. This is certainly the best season he's had in terms of goal scoring in his career. But again, it would still be a gamble. £65 million is a lot of money to spend on someone who is, I don't want to discredit him and I could be forgetting something here, but someone who seemingly only had one good season. That would be my view on it. But who knows, people? Who knows? Jackson is level above that donkey Lewin. All he does is head the ball. Yeah, no, fair. I hear it. I get the impression striker ain't being looked at as a priority and they're looking for Olise and a centre-back. Yeah, maybe. Solanke would be a better option to fit Maresca's system than Cesco. I'm not sure about that. Maresca doesn't play a 10, he plays a double 8 pivot. Yeah, but again, you could see Nkunku is good enough, could play as one of those, as the more advanced number 8. He could play off the left. He could play as a 9. I think there's definitely options. When are we going to know about Gallagher's future and Chalobah's future? I've got no idea. I'd be surprised with the Euros starting next week, I think it is, or in just under 10 days' time, just over a week away, the Euros. I'd be surprised if anything was sorted before then. I really would. But things move fast in football, so you just never know. What price do I think Alvarez would be? I'll be honest, I think you've got to be looking at something like 60 or 70 million, maybe more. No, I'm not disappointed we've let Broja's going to go because he's not been good enough for us. That's the reality of the situation. He just hasn't been good enough. It's a shame, he had that bad injury, but the reality of the situation is, people, he simply has not been good enough. It's that simple. So Palmer and Nkunku as the 2 number 10s. Olise will play off the right. So from what I've read and from what's been reported, Chelsea see Palmer and Nkunku as the two tens, Olise and Madueke as the right wing options, and then Mudryk and Sterling as the left wing options. It doesn't mean that's going to pan out like that, but apparently that's the way that the club are looking at it. So yeah, look, we don't need Olise per se, no. But when you've got, as I've said many times before, when you've got a player of Olise's quality, you just don't say no to that. He instantly improves the attack. But let's move on to let's move away from that Alvarez thing, and let's have a quick look at this Calvert-Lewin situation, because I don't know why these links keep happening, but they seemingly do. Chelsea are monitoring developments with Everton striker Dominic Calvert-Lewin as they assess forward targets this summer. The 27-year-old is among a number of options Chelsea are considering, with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Cesco also on the list. Let's see what this article's saying, because let's see if there's any offers in any juicy stuff in there. Chelsea are up a move for Everton's Calvert-Lewin this summer. Oh, fuck me. Chelsea are monitoring developments with Calvert-Lewin as they assess forward targets. Arsenal have held talk Cesco with their interest known, and Cesco's already rejected 2 offers from Saudi. Cesco has a clause thought that, though, that can reach around 60 million quid depending on performance, and would be considerably more expensive than Calvert-Lewin, who has 1 year left on his contract. Everton have offered him a new deal and want him to stay, but Chelsea and other Premier League rivals are assessing whether he is worth a gamble this summer. Just to confirm now, he's not worth a gamble this summer. Absolutely not. Despite an injury-blighted period, Calvert-Lewin underwent a training camp in Germany last summer, which helped condition him ahead of last season, and he made 38 appearances, often playing as a lone striker, and scored 8 goals. Yeah, I mean, that's not... Look, I get it, Everton don't create the most chances, but 8 goals doesn't sound that great to me. 8 goals is not ideal. So yeah, that's basically it. You know, Calvert-Lewin is reportedly amongst alternative options, and this is my big issue and my big worry here. This is my big issue, and my big worry is that the alternatives, if we miss out on Cesco, is fuck. It's really bad. It is really bad. I know I don't want to disrespect those players that we're linked with, but it's Jesus Christ. It's not good, is it? It's not good, and it starts to feel like a bit of a worry. I'm almost seeing someone saying here, and I agree with Dark Web. You know, if we miss out on Cesco, and then you're looking at the other options we're being linked with, I absolutely agree. Would it not be worth just... I mean, is Datro Fofana any worse than Calvert-Lewin or Rodrigo Muniz? Is he really? I know Muniz had a bit of a... you know, I know Muniz had a bit of a hot spell in the second half of last season, but I mean, Jesus Christ, is this what we're doing, people? Is this what we're doing here? I mean, like, these options are not looking good. And you would have to argue, if these were genuinely the options, again, I'm not sure if they are or not, this is just what's being reported, you would have to say that, like, actually giving David Datro Fofana a chance is probably better than spending money on Calvert-Lewin. I really do think it is. Guys, by the way, 141 locked in. Big up to everyone that's locked in this afternoon. Only 50 likes, though. Guys, keep smashing the thumbs up button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Excuse me. And it really, really helps out. So only 50 likes. There's 140 of you in here. Run the likes up, people. Let's get these likes up. Smash the thumbs up button. That really helps. Also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well, guys, because we are heading towards 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. Make sure you are... make sure you're locked in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. At 10K, there's a shirt giveaway from the upcoming season for Chelsea. So if you're not subscribed, guys, get subscribed now. 5 subscribers away from 9,850. That should be light work to knock these ones off, guys. So let's get these subscribers knocked off. So yeah, please subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. It means more than you could imagine. What else have we been looking at here? What are people saying? thing for me is we need competition for right wing. We need someone that offers something different to what we have. But that's just me. Oh, yeah. Alvarez to Chelsea would make more sense. Yeah, I think it does. It makes a lot of sense. And that probably is one of the reasons why it won't happen, because it makes too much sense. That's a fun for the sake of a signing like Moreira, Muniz. But how much better, realistically, how much better are Muniz and Calvert-Lewin? Are Muniz and Calvert-Lewin that much better than Datro Fofana, that they're worth dropping 30, 40 million pounds on? I would disagree. I really don't think there's much in it. I really don't think there's much in it on that one. Yes. Big love, brother. Big love. We're climbing. We're climbing. We're not far away now. We're not far away. So every new subscriber would really help, guys. And I thought the news couldn't get worse than Sanchez in goal. Again, we looked at someone like Darwin Núñez. Chelsea looked at Darwin Núñez last summer. I don't know if there's going to be a chance that Chelsea maybe look at Darwin Núñez again. I don't know. I'm really unsure on that. No, that's a big no for me. I think that everyone's speculating on how much they'd want, but I'd find it hard to believe that they wouldn't want at least 60 to 70 million pounds for him, and that's just the starting point. That's just the starting point. That's how I would. That's how I would see it. But yeah, I think we'll find out. We will find out on that front. Alvarez is better than all those strikers I've heard us linked to. Yeah, no, Alvarez absolutely is. Yeah, Moreira was free. Tammy can't even get Tammy back. Parman and Kunku was 2 10s, and we will be roasted by APL teams. 2 attacking. I don't know. Not both in the same team. I meant they will be like the number 10 options. I don't mean they're going to both play in the same team. Again, I'll be honest. I think Darwin Núñez is a lot better than people give him credit for. Yes, he misses a lot of chances, but he's always in the right area. He's a handful. He's a nuisance, and he's got something about him. And Chelsea definitely inquired about Núñez last summer. That is 100% true. They absolutely inquired on Núñez last summer. Darwin Núñez equals Timo Werner 2.0. I think that's a bit harsh. We should be looking at Isak. He's too expensive, If Chelsea aren't going to pay for Victor Osimhen, they're not going to pay for Alexander Isak, But they aren't. Look, Tony would be my option. But again, I think age factor maybe, although I'm not sure if Chelsea would make exceptions if a player was available that they wanted. I don't know. But everything's gone really quiet around Tony. It's gone really quiet. Craziest thing is if Palmer and Nkunku were the 2 10s, I have a hard time thinking Nkunku starts if it isn't on the left wing. Yeah, I hear you on that. I absolutely hear you on that. It's going to be an interesting one, that, isn't it? It really is going to be an interesting one to see what we are going to have, guys, are a lot of options next season. Providing everyone's fit, which is a big if, we're going to have a lot of options, which could be of real benefit, And you suddenly see, like, the squad is actually pretty good. I agree. I absolutely agree on that. Yes, big up, brother, big up. Yeah, but the reality of the situation is that it's very, very unlikely to happen, any of those. No, I don't see any of those coming. But again, we're purely speculating here on the Julian Alvarez front, pure speculation. That's the reality. It is going to be pure speculation on Alvarez. A report from Argentina saying a bid could come in, but let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure what we're going to do. I'm really not sure, because I know people go on about Cesco, and I like Cesco, and I would like us to get him, but I just really feel that we could be struggling here. Like it's going to be really tough to get him to come. Right now the Arsenal project is a lot better. There's no denying that the Arsenal project is better. We're looking at we can't offer Champions League. We don't know when we're going to be able to offer Champions League. We'd like to think next season we get back into it. But I just don't know. Is Chilwell staying? I imagine that Chilwell's staying. I'd imagine he's staying. I can't see him being sold. 45 to 50 mil on Nunes, or 50 to 60 on Cesco, or 40 million for Dovbyk. I mean, look, I don't see Artem Dovbyk moving. Again, it depends what happens in the Euros. But if he has a good tournament, he might boost his value. I'm not sure. Yeah, England squad's been confirmed. Yes. Run it up, people. Run it up. 150 in the building still, guys. Big up to everyone. 65 likes, by the way. We still, guys, we're only crawling towards the 200. That needs to be, the 100 mark even. That needs to be sorted out and addressed ASAP, people. That needs to be addressed. Guys, if we don't get this to 100 likes, we're going to end up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin next season. I don't think anyone wants that. So run those likes up. And keep subscribing to the channel as well. Yes, big up. Grealish and Maguire out. Yep, they are. We've all laughed at Liverpool fans and back then Nunes, and some of you lot are seriously. No. Honestly, like he's not as bad as he's nowhere near as bad as what people make out. He's nowhere near as bad. I don't even know what Alvarez's wage demands would be at the end of the day. I've got no idea what the wage demands would be. But Let's see. Let's see. But that seems to be the latest situation on the striking front, guys. It seems to be the latest situation on the striking front is exactly that. It's going to be a competitive race for Benjamin Cesco. And then the alternative options. I'll be real, guys. I honestly think we're going to be in a situation where we don't get Cesco, we are going to end up with a John Duran or something like that, and that worries me. That really does worry me. That it's a real concern. But I'm worried. I can't lie. I do feel a little bit concerned. About the alternative options. I'd rather see Jackson up front than Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, absolutely. So I think Cesco's a good player, and he'd make a difference. And it's something that I would like to see, given the options that are available. But yeah, as we've been discussing, guys, that the alternatives, if we were to miss out, are really poor. Are there any good strikers from the academy? I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not that across the academy. I'm sure if there were, we probably would have heard, or they'd be knocking on the door. But yeah, let's move away from this now. Let's just hope that whatever presentation is being given to Alvarez, that not Alvarez, sorry, whatever presentation is being given to Cesco, we are absolutely smashing it, and it convinces him, because otherwise, yeah, I'm a little worried, people, if that doesn't quite work out for us. I would be a little bit concerned. No doubt about it. I would be majorly, let's say majorly, I would be concerned. Absolutely, I'd be concerned. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's move on now. We have got, let's quickly cover, we've got a few things to go through, actually. Let's cover the, let's quickly cover this Tosin Adarabioyo thing. He's all but confirmed he's coming. We know he's coming. But he has said his goodbyes to Fulham. as a new chapter awaits, I'd like to thank everyone at Fulham Football Club for the last 4 years. Together with the manager, staff, my teammates and supporters, we made some great memories that I'll always hold fondly. I wish you all the best in the future. So yeah, he's Fulham departure confirmed. Goodbye said. He's coming to the Chelsea. He's done his medical on Tuesday, I believe. So maybe we get an announcement on Tosin tomorrow. I don't know. On Tosin Adarabioyo. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. But an announcement, I think everything's done. So we're just waiting for an announcement now. I don't know how long that's going to take, but yeah, the announcement will certainly arrive soon. I don't know John Duran's movement or play, but oh boy, he's got a good finish on him, and he looks reasonably promising. But again, I'm not sure if that's the right thing at all. Well, seeing as Kvaratskhelia is a winger and Oshiman's a forward, it just doesn't make any difference at all. David Washington needs a loan. Yeah, he absolutely does. He's barely played. They'll both go on loan, and then they'll both be flipped on. It might be true in Nkunku, Jackson, Duran as our strikers next season. It could well be. Well, it'll be a squad game, won't it? There's going to be plenty of games to go around. He absolutely is gonna play. There'll be minutes to go around, and there'll be opportunities to play. Yeah, we are looking at Olise. We are looking for Olise for sure. But yeah, Tosin Adarabioyo pretty much confirming his Chelsea move. Well, not confirm the Chelsea move, but obviously, yeah, we know that he's coming. We're just waiting for that announcement, people. We are just waiting for the announcement. That's all we're looking for now. Is the announcement on Tosin. That's going to be great. In terms of Trevor Chalobah, he's reportedly been told that he can leave Stamford Bridge this summer. Ironically, Fulham are actually interested in him as well, but I don't see him going there at all. But yeah, you just never know, people. You just never know, guys. We're still only on 72 likes. Come on, people. Come on, guys. Let's get this up to 100 likes. We're not far away now. Another 28 likes. Let's do it. Come on, guys. Run it up, run it up, run it up. It should be light work. It should be light work, this. Let's get there. Let's absolutely get there. Still 150 in the building. That's for sure. But yeah, Tosin Adarabioyo announcement should come very soon. Let's move away from him. And let's move on to outgoings now. Let's move on to a few outgoings here, because there's been a little bit of news, on this front. Where are we? Oh no, we're just going to quickly do Michael Olise, and then we're going to dive into some outgoings. We're going to do Michael Olise. Let's have a quick look at this. Chelsea are ready to battle Man United for 60 million rated Michael Olise. This is going to be one that, yeah, is going to rumble on, I feel. Is going to rumble on. Olise, such a good player. Chelsea have made Michael Olise one of their top summer transfer targets and are ready to rival Man United for him. Olise was tracked by Chelsea all of last summer, but eventually signed a new deal, as we know. Chelsea continue to monitor his progress and are now thought to be preparing a new offer. Olise is set to be a man in demand. He's got 10 goals and 6 assists last season for Palace. He's a former Chelsea Academy star. He's obviously, again, I think one thing's important here, by the way, guys, is that what Palace are doing under Glasner could be good. I don't think there's any guarantees at 22 years of age that Olise needs to leave Palace this summer. I think we're just presuming that Olise is going to leave this summer. Maybe we've not thought that he could do one more year there under Glasner. I don't think it's a dead cert that Michael Olise is absolutely leaving this summer. I wouldn't say it was a dead cert. What else is this article saying? but he also holds the highest ambitions for his career and is open to possibilities. Olise would prefer Champions League football in any switch, but he could also be tempted by the right proposal from a side looking to make strong moves forward. Well, mate, we're looking to make strong moves forward. Hopefully, we can't really make any more backwards moves, can we? I don't know how possible that would be. Chelsea have confidence they can prove that they fall directly into that category, with Blues Chiefs targeting a top 4 finish under new coach Enzo Maresca next season. Chelsea will look to use the increased expectation around Maresca's arrival in sales pitches to potential new signings like Olise. Chelsea want to balance their pursuit of the world's best emerging talent with players already versed in the rigours and challenges of the Premier League. Chelsea Chiefs feel that Olise would prove a good fit at Stamford Bridge, slotting in alongside Noni Madueke as strong right-wing options. Olise's Palace contract goes until 2027, as a release clause thought to be in the region of 60 mil, though sources insist the exact details remain unclear amid a complex structuring. So, yeah, there we go. Not really too much more to update on Olise, other than the fact that it's going to be, it's going to be difficult to, it's going to be hotly contested race, a hotly contested race. Let's see. I'd be, do you know what? I'd be more, I'm not that concerned about, Man United in this. I'm really not. My concern would be, for example, someone like a Manchester City maybe trying to come in for him, because we've heard before City have looked at Olise in the past. I'm not as concerned about someone. I'm not as concerned on that front on the Olise situation with Man United. I'm more concerned at maybe a Man City's type coming in which case that would be a big problem. Bernardo Silva plays a lot on that right hand side. If Silva were to leave this summer, which is a big possibility, who's to say Man City wouldn't enter the race for Olise? You know, who's to say that wouldn't happen? That's the reality of the situation here, guys. That is the reality of the situation. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. That's what I'd be concerned about, is Man City coming into proceedings. He's a top player, Olise, as we all know. He makes such a big difference to this Chelsea team. He literally improves it instantly. But as I said, I'm not concerned about Man United, but I'm more concerned about the potential of, let's say, the potential of a Man City maybe coming into the mix. That there's going to be huge competition for his signature. We've just got to hope. The fact that we can only offer Conference League football, we've just got to hope that we have somehow able to. Oh yeah, they have as well, haven't they? Yeah, Man City have signed Savio from Girona. He's going to be there next season, so maybe they won't. But let's wait and see. But again, I don't think it's just down. It's not going to be purely down to a money thing. That absolutely isn't the case. It's not going to be purely down to a money thing. It will be, that will play a part, but that won't be the main reason. That absolutely won't be the main reason. It won't just be a money thing. That's for sure. But let's wait and see, people. Let's wait and see. It's certainly going to be interesting. Look, I'm not saying they need him, but you know, I wouldn't rule them out from the race. That's for sure. You know, I wouldn't entirely rule them out. They don't need him. But anyway, there's not really too much more to add on the Olise front. But let's move away from that now, guys. 85 likes, 115 in the building still. Keep smashing that like button, people. We need to get this up over 100 likes, guys. Need to get this up over 100 likes. So please keep smashing the subscribe button. And people, we are one subscriber away from 9,850. There must be one of you people in it that has not hit the subscribe button. So hit that subscribe button and let's take another step closer to the 10K mark. Okay, one more subscriber to the next mini milestone, and then we'll be 150 subscribers away. Smash the subscribe button, guys. Keep smashing the likes. We need 14 more likes to get to 100. What are you lot playing? What are you lot playing at? Run those likes up, guys. You'll be sorry. All is forgiven, brother. All is forgiven. To be for Chelsea, Olise has a straight path to the first team. No need to play Conference, FA Cup, and League Cup. But there's so many different options. There's so many options at play here. So many options at play here. What else are we looking at? Let's move away from Olise. Let's discuss outgoings now, because there's a few bits of news on the outgoing front. Let's start with Ian Maatsen and Borussia Dortmund, shall we? Because this is a laugh, isn't it? Borussia Dortmund's initial proposal for Ian Maatsen will be around 25 million euros in order to start talks with Chelsea. Release clause is 35 million pounds. Clubs expected to discuss in the next few days. Maatsen is Dortmund's priority, but they will need a different price or they will consider alternatives. Well, unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to consider alternatives, because already at 35 million pounds, Ian Maatsen is an absolute bargain at 35 million pounds. So at anything less than that is basically giving him away and is absolutely criminal. I just don't understand why, if this was the other way around, Dortmund would be charging an extortionate price, an absolute extortionate price. And yet here we are, £35 million release clause, which is very, very fair, which is cheap in this market, practically giving him away. And yet they're trying to come in at £21 million to start negotiations, and they're going to hope they can get it for less than 35. 35 for Dortmund, all right, might seem like a lot, but they're taking the piss. You know, they're taking the piss. The £35 million release clause is there. You know the clause is there. You know the deal here. You know how much he's going to cost. So why would you think that you'd be able to get him for anything less than that? What negotiations are there to be had here other than how you're going to structure the payment for the release clause? Like, what else is there possibly to discuss? There isn't. There literally isn't anything else to discuss on this front. So that's why I'm getting a bit confused. Otherwise, it's going to be it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, it really doesn't. I just don't understand it. I know it's not about that. You know, it's not about not valuing him that highly. It's the fact they just want to get away with paying as little money as possible. You know, as I said already, £35 million is well under, you know, what I think a player of his quality is worth. Yeah, no, mate, he's not going to be kept. He's gone. He's gone. You know, like anyone hoping he's going to be kept is just kind of, yeah, he's a bit wide of the mark on that one. It's a little bit of wishful thinking, guys. It's not going to happen. That's the reality that we're facing here. It is not going to happen. So yeah, what can I say? What can I say on that front? You know, he's gone. But why do clubs always do this with us? Why do they always do this to us? Yeah, no, I would take Julian Alvarez at Chelsea. Yeah, I absolutely would. I don't understand why other clubs think they can just lowball us. I know they're going to try and take advantage of the perceived need to sell because of our potential financial problems. Although, depending on what you read and what you hear, they're not as bad as what people are making out. I don't really know what the situation is on that front. No, they've not proposed 15 million. I think 25 million euros is about 22 million pounds. So yeah, it is a bit disrespectful if we're being brutally honest. It is disrespectful, guys. What else are we looking at here? No, it's not that. Chelsea won't keep him. That's abundantly clear in my mind. It really is. I don't see in any world where he stays. But how these clubs think they can just do this to us? If this was the other way around, Dortmund would be trying to take us to the cleaners, you know. So why should this be any different? You know, it shouldn't be. We should be standing firm, and there is absolutely no way in my mind that we should even think about letting him go for a penny less than the release clause. It just shouldn't be happening. It just should not be happening. He shouldn't be going for any less than the release clause. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Should be going for no less than the release clause on this front. No less. Guys, 150 in the building. Still need 8 more likes. Smash the like button, people. Let's get this to 100 likes. Come on, guys. You can do this. It's free. Think of it as your entry fee. Not asking for any money, just asking you to hit that thumbs up button because it helps more than you could imagine. So make sure you do that. 7 likes to go, people. Run it up, run it up, run it up. You'd be doing me a massive, massive favor. More than you can believe. 5 to go. I see you lot in here lurking that haven't smashed the like button. So what are you playing at, guys? Come on. Again, you know, buying or keeping an eye on him. You know, buying or keeping an eye on him. Well, it's not going to be a bidding war because it's a £35 million release clause. So, you know, that's how much he costs. So there's no bidding war here. Stranger things have happened. Lukaku was a missing piece and boom, interview. Look, I hear that, but I think it's not going to. It's highly, highly unlikely. It's just not. He's as good as gone. You know, this will get negotiated and this will get done. Again, look, a move to Bayern wouldn't be is not. I don't think that's an outrageous move to be perfectly honest. I actually think that's a half decent move. You know, £35 million is cheap, as we said. He knows Vincent Kompany. There's doubts surrounding the future of Alphonso Davies there. He's been strongly linked with a move to Real Madrid. So the way I see it is exactly that. You know, it could be an opportunistic move. It could be a good move. It could absolutely be a good move, for sure. For sure. It could be a very decent move. I don't know if he'll get rejected. Yeah, they did want him. Yeah, look, I wouldn't say he's burnt bridges or anything, but I think they've made it quite clear that, you know, he's not going to be at Chelsea anymore. I think they've made that very clear. His dad, not himself per se, but yeah. Well, look, we could do, but again, Lukaku's got a £38 million exit clause in his contract, so that is the maximum amount of money we'll get for him. But the savings we make on his wages are going to be huge. They're going to be absolutely huge, guys. The savings on the wages there of Lukaku. But that's the latest on Maatsen. Chelsea and Dortmund are going to start negotiating. They're going to try and lowball us. We are just going to hopefully hold our ground and release clause or nothing. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So let's move away from the Ian Maatsen situation and let's discuss another situation of Raheem Sterling. Now, there were some rumours coming out today about Raheem Sterling potentially going to Fenerbahce with Jose Mourinho. But Raheem Sterling's camp denying any contact with Fenerbahce. No talks are taking place and no interest from Sterling. He's not planning to move to Turkey now. Yeah, well, hopefully he changes his mind. Hopefully he changes his mind. Let's wait and see. Because we need this guy out. We need those wages gone, and we need to make space. You know, we need to make space. You know, we need to make space, and he would be the obvious candidate to go. I don't know where the Fenerbahce links have come from. But we need to get rid of him, you know. But I think the reality is, guys, he's going to be here next season. But this is what I mean. This is kind of how far Sterling's potentially fallen here. Is that we're looking at the likes of Saudi, the likes of Turkey. You know, I just don't think there's many people that are interested in Raheem Sterling. You know, I really don't. No, I really don't. It's there's nothing for me. Nothing for me. And apparently there's nothing in that. That doesn't surprise me. I don't see Sterling going to Turkey. I think that I think the only way I can see him leaving Chelsea. No, he doesn't want to go to Sterling. He doesn't want to go to Saudi. He doesn't want to go to Saudi. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Bro, Sterling's crap. I don't understand why people rate Sterling. I mean, like, from what they've watched of Sterling at Chelsea, this guy offers nothing. The guy doesn't offer anything. Sterling was a massive mistake. It was when we're in our Todd Bowley sporting director era, first window of the ownership, and everyone signed pretty much under that window has been horrendous. Aubameyang, Koulibaly, Sterling, Kukureya getting himself together. He signs a carrier on loan. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm just not having Sterling. What is he offering? What does he offer in this team? He doesn't offer anything. But yeah, they've obviously shut down any rumours. I don't know if Maresca does know how to unlock him. Sterling's going to be here. We know Sterling's going to be here, but I don't know how much he's going to play next season. He'll be Conference League guy. He'll be the Conference League guy. In my opinion, that is exactly what he's going to end up being. Exactly what he's going to end up being. But yeah, we're going to wait and see, guys. We are going to wait and see on that front. But yeah, that was a rumor that came out. Those were the rumors that come out. Fenerbahce, they've been closed down. People saying, Maresca might unlock him. We don't know what Maresca's going to do. We've got no idea what Maresca is going to do when he comes through the door. People, we just don't know. But yeah, what I do know is, guys, that we're over 100 likes now, but we need to keep on pushing. We need to keep on pushing. So run those likes up, guys. Let's get this to 120, 130 likes. We're on 101 at the moment. 142 in the building. Run it up, people. Run it up, and keep running the subscribers up as well, guys. You not know the drill by now. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. That's how it works. Round here. That's how it works around here. If you're not liking the stream, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then you need to have a look at yourself. You need to have a look at yourself, people. I'd rather us go for Eze for the left-hand side. I mean, yeah, look, Eze, I really like Eze. I think he's a very good player. I think he's a very good player. Do you think we'll definitely? No, I can't say definitely. I think we've got a very good chance, and that's the most that I can rate it as is a good chance. That's how I look at it. A good chance, and then we see what happens. But I think we're going to do absolutely everything we can to get him. But I whether we do or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the latest on Raheem Sterling. Rumours of a move to Fenerbahce have been shut down. And to be honest, his wages are way too high for him to go anywhere. So again, maybe he could have a good season under Maresca. We don't know. But equally, he could just be useless. This is what we're dealing with here. But yeah, that is the latest on Raheem Sterling. Let's moving away from Raheem Sterling. We are now going to move on to the future of Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, he's saying that Kepa is desperate to leave Chelsea this summer and will hold talks with newly appointed manager Maresca in the coming days as they seek the best solution going forward. Well, he's got 1 year left on his contract. I can already tell you, what the decision is. You've got a year left on your contract, brother, and it's time for you to go. You're not getting a new one. Simple as that. Simple as that. There's no chance should that be happening at all. No chance. But yeah, I mean, he's got 1 year left on his deal. What does he think about? He's desperate to leave. Well, you weren't going to be staying anyway. So yeah, it really doesn't make an awful lot of sense. It doesn't make an awful lot of sense at all. And I'm a little bit confused about this. But he's gone. And if it means that we come to an agreement to terminate the last year of his contract, even just to get his wages off the books, I think it's on about 170 grand a week. Even just to get those wages off the books will be huge for us. It's not even about getting a decent transfer fee for someone like Kepa. I'm not asked about getting a decent transfer fee. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But yeah, it's clear he's finished. I mean, there's absolutely nowhere. There's absolutely no way back for him. Absolutely no way back. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, Kepa. Look, Kepa done okay. I think he done okay. But I mean, for the money that we paid for him as well, by the way, was just that was ridiculous. I mean, that has to go down as a really poor transfer. A really poor transfer. There's no getting away from it. I mean, it just felt like such a panic buy. You know, we sold Courtois, and then we're like, oh shit, what do we do? We went and got Kepa. We went and got Kepa, who we didn't really know that much about, and had some good moments. But the reality is, he just wasn't good enough. He wasn't up to it. He wasn't up to it. That was the big problem. He was not up to it. So yeah, we wait and see what happens. But yeah, Kepa is absolutely gone, finito, done. Whatever you want to say. Let me see if this article is actually saying anything. Let me see if it's saying anything. Chelsea talks with Kepa, who is desperate to leave. And the Maresca is far away. Well, I don't think he does. Kepa Arrizabalaga is desperate to leave Chelsea this summer and will hold talks with Enzo Maresca in the coming days as they look for the best solution going forward. A source close to the goalkeeper said the 29-year-old will only return if he's given a fair chance to fight for his position in the team. He's expected to hold talks with the manager, but has 1 year left on his deal and doesn't want to spend it just being on the bench. The entire case with Madrid is not closed, but it all depends on what Chelsea want to do and, of course, how the talks with the new manager go, because normally in football, when there is a new boss, everyone gets a fresh start. Despite arriving at Madrid as first choice, he dropped out. Sources have said the Spanish goalkeeper is happy in Madrid and will accept another supporting role in the Spanish capital rather than a similar role in West London. Fair, I hear it. I'd probably rather sit on the bench at the Bernabeu than sit on the bench at Stamford Bridge. I hear that. Kepa is said to be an ultimate professional when not playing, as evidenced by the support he gave to Mendy, who took his spot and led Chelsea to a Champions League win. Madrid will be in search of a goalkeeper if Lunin leaves. The Ukrainian recently claimed he did not know why he was not allowed to train with the team leading up to the final. Yeah, it's also said that Chelsea will be happy to sell Kepa this summer. Yeah, okay, great. There's all things that we know, people. All things that we know. But yeah, those talks are going to be, would make someone a good number two. Yeah, maybe he would. Maybe he would, but is he not got? I mean, I don't even know what the market for Kepa is, to be honest. I mean, what even is the market for him? What sort of clubs are we sort of thinking of here, guys? What kind of clubs are we thinking of? I'm a little bit unsure on that front. A little bit unsure on that front. What kind of price are we looking at, guys? 126 in the building still. Big up. 108 likes. Ramp it up, people. Let's get it done, guys. We need to get more likes on the stream. Please do that. How much would be? I don't even care how much we get for Kepa. We just need the wages off the books. That's the most important thing. Wages off the books. Simple as that. Bro, we're not getting 15 to 20 million pounds of Kepa with 1 year left on his deal. If we got 15 max, that would be mighty impressive. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, Kepa is going to depart this summer, as we know. Chalobah's been told he can leave. Spurs reportedly have got an interest in Trevor Chalobah, so let's wait and see on that front. But yeah, I don't know. It could be an interesting one. It could absolutely be an interesting one. I don't really know. I don't really know what the situation is. I don't know what the situation is. But yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that. But again, maybe in Italy somewhere. But again, Italy aren't gonna pay you an awful lot of a very big transfer fee. But again, Kepa's gonna have to take a wage cut wherever he goes. That's the reality, and we're certainly not in a position where we're going to be loaning him out again next season. You know, that's that. He needs to go. Simple, absolutely as simple as that. Get him out, and we move on, and we kind of, we look to build, and we look to start again, because that's what we need to. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But yeah, let's check if there's any more news on this front. Any more stuff coming in? So we've got Cole Palmer and Gallagher in the England squad. That's great. Hopefully they both play a big role this summer. I think Palmer probably more likely to play a big role than that. Let's quickly cover this actually, because I thought this was a interesting front. This here. Thiago Silva is already earmarked for a future backroom role at Stamford Bridge, but Chelsea see no reason why Silva cannot be a long-term head coach candidate. Silva has shown a natural aptitude for coaching in his analytical approach and tactical acumen. While wanting to be a conveyor belt for young talent, Chelsea also want that multi-club setup to allow them to nurture and develop potential head coaches in the long run. Was Thiago Silva Strasbourg manager in 2030? Here we come. It's interesting that, the club are already looking at potential, developing potential new managers. That's not something that, I don't know, that's anything that's really been done before, anything that's been thought about before. It's all very much about getting the best young players, finding the best players. But, a club's looking at developing the next best managers. I don't really know if they are. I mean, the multi-club model could not only be used for players, but it seems that it could also be used for managers as well. I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about that per se. It definitely sounds like it could be a positive, but I mean, we're looking very forward thinking, very advanced thinking on that front. That is exactly what we're looking at there. I know he'll start Saka, but I'd like to think that Palmer will play a key role. Yeah, again, look, Silva could go. Yeah, he's going to play. He's going to play. He's playing in Brazil. He's got a 2-year contract at Fluminense. But yeah, I think just in the long run, that's going to be something that will be looked at. That is going to be something that will be looked at. So yeah, that is interesting, that, isn't it? It is interesting that. Let's see what this is going to be looking at. Chelsea earmarked Thiago Silva as a future manager. Is there any more details in here? Chelsea's owners are looking to emulate the City Football Group success with development of coaches in the multi-club model. They want to develop a coaching production line that could create a pathway for stars such as Thiago Silva to become a future manager. They want their multi-club model to help develop the next generation of managerial talent. Chelsea have recruited Enzo Maresca from Leicester, as their new head coach, partly due to his apprenticeship under Guardiola. Well, the club is already looking at the club is already looking at ways to ensure it can start influencing the development of future top coaching talent more directly itself. Girona head coach Michel and Antros Postecoglou are shining success stories from Manchester City's 12-strong City Football Group, a setup that Chelsea admire. Michel had been linked with some top jobs in Europe after leading Girona to third place this season, while Postecoglou worked under City Football Group for Yokohama Marinos in Japan before moving to Celtic and Spurs. Chelsea's owners have been clear on building their multi-club model ever since buying the club. They want to be, they want to develop they want to develop and nurture the next potential Chelsea head coaches in the long run. Interesting on that front. Let's wait and see. But this is all, as I said, guys, this is all very, very long-term thinking at this point. Very long-term based thinking. But yeah, let's see on that front. But that's certainly interesting. But yeah, guys, I think let me just check if there's any more things to go through, and then I think they're going to round this one out imminently. Let's try and get 6 more likes to 120, guys. Let's get 6 more likes to the 120. Smash that like button, as Cyril has said in the chat. Smash that like button, guys. One very quick thing. Conor Gallagher is reportedly happy to stay at Chelsea if his demands for a move aren't met. Conor Gallagher is prepared to stay at Chelsea if the conditions for a move do not meet his requirements. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. Let's see on that front. But yeah, guys, we're going to round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Good show as always. On the way out, people, make sure you smash the like button, run up those likes, and really importantly as well, guys, subscribe to the channel if you are new round here. Racing towards 10K, less than 150 to go now. Every new subscriber really helps. At 10K, there is a shirt giveaway, a Chelsea shirt for the upcoming season. So make sure you are in with a chance of winning that by subscribing to the channel. Become part of the community. Let's do it, guys. You lot know what to do. Smash the likes on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Great show. Let's see what tomorrow's got in store for us. Let's see what Chelsea news develops over the next 24 hours or so. I'll be back tomorrow again. Make sure you tune in. I'll see you guys there. Smash the like, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Up the Chelsea, and peace out.